just to give you some hope. Because in times of confusion, dhalalan dhulamat, in times of hayra, as the hadith says, there's one light in the darkness that always leads you back to the haqq. And that candle is the candle of Hussain. I swear, honestly. You know when you're feeling the lowest and you feel that all the pain of the world is on your shoulders? You know how that feels like. You've experienced it. I know you have. You feel like crying. As a parent, as an elder of a family, as a sibling, older sibling. Maybe some of you youngsters may not have done, but let's be honest, even you youngsters are going through a lot. In these last 2 years, you've been through a lot. Isolation, staying in your homes, it's not easy, right? You feel pain. Just remember, when you feel pain, go back to the source. Sallallahu alayka ya Aba Abdullah. Go back to Imam Hussain. You know why? Hussain stands there with open arms. You don't understand. You don't know how Kareem Hussain is. You don't understand how Kareem his mother is. Karima. They stand there with open arms, waiting to greet you, to bring you back. There was a big marja in the 70s by the name of Said Ahmad Khansari. Right, big marja, Shia community. Said Ahmad Khansari. A man came to him. He said to him, look, I need your help. He said, what's the problem? He said, my brother is a bit of a gangster. Takes drugs, does bad things, robs people, loots people. You've got to guide him. People said, get him married, we got him married off. He's not changing. It's a problem, this brother of mine, I don't know what to do. Saatullah Khansari says, what do you think I can do then? Right? Because you've got to be practical sometimes. What are you going to blow on him? All of a sudden he's going to change? Allah's given you free will. If there was no free will, you'd be robots, right? He doesn't judge without that. Then Ayatollah Khansari stopped. He said, give me a second. He went inside. He says, I've got a solution for you. If this solution doesn't work, then nothing works. Now, all of those parents who come to us and say, help our children, I'm going to give you a solution. Someone says, my children don't pray, they don't fast, they do this, they don't do this, they do. I'll give you the solution to all of that. If I sit here for the rest of my life giving lectures on fawaid of Salatul Layl and Salah and Sawm and Hajj and Zakat and Khums, it may not impact. You know why? Khawarij pray more, fast more, read more Quran. No, there's one solution. If you can get that, everything is solved. Here Ayatollah Khansari gives that message. He says this one thing. He says, if you can do this one thing, then there's guidance. And if it's not possible, then there's no guidance. Hearts are closed then. So just remember this. This is the milak, right? This is the condition criteria. For a person you want to guide, this is how you guide them. Ayatollah Khansari says, he says, look, I want you to do me something. He says, what is that? He says, I want you to go and I want you to take your brother to Karbala. He says, Agha, my brother is not willing to come to you. You want me to take him to Karbala? He says, listen, if you can take him, it's game, set, and match. In my words, if you can't take him, you're finished. He says, fine. He gets up and he goes. He says to his brother, look, brother, just do me one thing. Why don't we go to Karbala? He says, you want me to go to Iraq? He goes, just come. Somehow, some way, some forces him to go. Ayatollah Khansari says, if you can take him to Karbala, then come back to me, and then I'll give him some nasiyah. About 2 weeks later, this man goes to Ayatollah Khansari. He says, what happened? He said, I took my brother. He said, okay, so where is he for nasiyah? He says, oh, I don't need nasiyah anymore. Why? What happened? Shall I tell you what happened? So they took this man. He went there. So when he got there, he looked at the bazaar. He says, you guys go and do your ziyarah, let me go do shopping. Like some of our brothers do as well. Hey, this is a really nice Durr Najaf, let me buy this. This is a really nice aqiq, let me buy this. Here's a good shawl, let me buy it. Eventually the brother said, listen man, you've come all the way here, why don't you go into the shrine? He says, what am I going to do in the shrine? He said, why don't you go? He says he went, he's looking around, oh wow, mashallah, look at the sahan. He comes inside, look at the door. He said, I was really worried what's going to happen to my brother. He says, but as he got closer to Imam Hussain, his head started to go down and down and down. It got to a point when he got to the room with the Zariyas, he goes, my brother broke out crying. Why? Hussain took out that ishq which was there. He said, I saw my opportunity then, so what did I do? I said, brother, now make a promise. Why are you doing all of this haram stuff? You're in front of Hussain. Make a promise to Hussain you're not going to do it anymore. What did he do? He made that promise. What happened? His life changed. What's the methodology? Go to Hussain.